Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our second week of MIS class. Uh, okay, before starting our lecture, uh, we need to talk about something. First, as you may know, I sent you all a link on Facebook for downloading actually our textbook. I hope you all have textbook now. And try to use it during this term. And the other things is about uh, your group. You're supposed to shape your groups and let me know about your group members. Email me, but there is no email, nothing. So since there weren't any contact with me during last week, I myself uh, decided to put you in different groups based on your number. You are around 30 people. So I decided to make 6 groups, each group 5%. And if you let me, I share the file with you. And also after the class, I email you the files to know your group mates and try to be in touch with them. And also I assign a case study to each group. Let me share the file. Okay. Okay, guys, can you see the Excel file? Okay. Okay, if you can see the Excel file, I have your names here. I make 6 groups and assign a case to each group. You can see it here, and I will send you all this file later for your reference. There is 6 group here, and you can check your names, find your group mates, and if somebody in the class that his name is not in this list, please email me and let me know, and we can add you to one of the groups. And each group is given a case study. As you know, you're supposed to present your case study on week 6 and 7. I put some notes here for you. Each group will be given 30 minutes to present. Report should be submitted on week 5, 1 week in advance. You have to support your report. And for the presentation day, you need to have a PowerPoint file with at least 30 slides. You need at least 30 slides to present your case, since each group given 30 minutes to present. And please be considered group 1, 2, and 3 will present on week 6, and group 4, 5, and 6 will present on week 7. So I just use your list, put you in different groups, and assign some cases to each group. By doing these case studies during week 6 and 7, actually we review everything we discussed during the first 5 weeks of our class, and so it will review everything. So okay, after the class I will email you all this Excel file, and you can refer it to find your group mates and try to be in touch. So if anybody couldn't find his name in this list, please email me. You have my email. please email me and let me know, and I will assign you to a group and again send the file for you. Okay, I hope everything is clear. So we have 6 groups, 5% in each group. You have your case studies. You need to submit your report on week 5, and you have to present on week 6 and 7. The only thing is you need to choose your group leader, group monitor, or anything you want to call it. And your group leader needs to be in touch with me in order to let me know your progress, your teamwork, everything. If you need any help, maybe any tips or anything related to your case, your group leader can email me and we can discuss about it. We can work together in order to improve your work actually and prepare you for the presentation day. Okay, since you yourself are supposed to make your groups, but you actually all of you didn't do anything. I haven't get any emails till now about related to uh, making groups and everything. I myself put you in a group and assign the case study, and there won't be any changes. These are fixed, and you cannot move to other groups or change your group mates or anything. Everything is fixed based on the file I will send you all. And based on this file, you need to choose your group leader, and group leader should be in touch with me, should email me and let me know his name, and your progress should be monitored through emailing between me and your leader. So I hope everything is clear about the your first group assignment, which is case study, and you are all clear about your group and try to do your best. As you know, this is a virtual class, and we're doing through e-learning. So the places and the cities you are staying is not important, and the only important thing is you need to be in touch with your groupmate through email, through voice chat, video conferencing, anything you can do in your country. You need to be in touch with your groupmates, do your part. Your leader needs to assign the different parts to the group members, and you need to do your part and be in touch with each other, compare and contrast the work you have done, and then come out with a PowerPoint file, at least 30 slides you need to have for your presentation. Okay, so everything done about the group and your case study assignment for week 6 and 7. Okay, no more talking about this issue. And okay, if you have no question, we can start our lecture for week 2. Tonight we're going to consider 2 chapters of our class, chapter 2 and chapter 3. Chapter 2 is about global e-business, actually how businesses use information systems. So can you all hear me? The voice is okay. I think some of you have a problem with voice. Okay, if okay, you can continue now. So chapter 2 is about business, how businesses use information system. Actually, these two chapters, 2 and 3, we try to talk about some systems and some strategies that help businesses to execute their business processes and in order to gain their goals. So our actually objective uh, for tonight would be define and describe business processes and their relationship to information systems. Describe the information system supporting the major business functions, sales and marketing, manufacturing and production, finance and accounting, and human resource. The other objective is evaluate the role played by system serving the various levels of management in a business and their relationship to each other. The other objective is explain how enterprise application and intranet promote business process integration and improve organizational performance. And we also have another objective, which is assess the role of information system function in a business. These are some objectives for our today's lecture. So, uh, in order to operate, businesses must deal with many different pieces of information. Information about supplier, about customer, employees, invoices, payment, uh, and of course their product and services. They need to manage all this kind of information. They must organize all these activities and information to enhance their overall performance. So, information system help firms to manage all their information and make better decisions and improve the execution of their business processes. You can remember business processes. Last week we talked about business processes. We define business processes, bring some example. If you can remember, business process means collecting of activities. Actually, it's a collection of activities to produce a product or service. So an information system help an organization to manage these business processes in order to uh, actually enhance the overall performance of a firm or a company. So how the most important thing is how information technology enhance business processes. When we say enhance business process, it means efficiency and transformation. So our lecture is going to talk about different systems and strategies that help businesses to enhance their processes. So the base and the infrastructure for this thing is IT and IS. So consider a business process, for example, the order fulfillment process. You have different departments. You have sales, accounting, manufacturing, production, different uh, department in our business model. So, for example, you want to generate an order. Actually, order should be submitted first, and then in accounting department, the customer credit should be checked. If the credit approved, you can assemble the product and at the same time generate the invoice and ship the product to the customer in manufacturing and production part of your organization and your business. So as you can see in this chart, fulfilling a customer order involves a complex set of steps that require the close coordination of the sale, accounting, and manufacturing function. So information system try to help to automate all these uh, activities in order to help the firms to enhance their overall performance. I think some of your friends cannot hear me. Uh, can you please let me know whether you have my voice or not? Do you have voice? Okay, I think some of you guys have problem with voice, but the others have not any problem. I think the problem is not from the lecturer. You need to check your system, all your connection, everything. Okay, let me continue. So, as I said, tonight we're going to talk about different systems in which shape the information system that help the organization in order to fulfill its goals. We can have a different, actually two important perspectives toward this system. One is functional, and the other is constituency perspective. From the functional perspective, we have some systems such as sales and marketing systems, manufacturing and production system, and finance and accounting system, human resource system. And from constituency perspective, we have TPS or transaction processing system. We have MIS or management information system. We have DSS, decision support system, and we have ESS, executive support system. Also, we need to pay more attention to the relationship of these different kind of systems. Functional systems actually identify systems by their major business function. For example, in sales and marketing, the business processes we need to do in, for example, in finance and accounting, what is important for us, what's the business processes we have in this department. These things considered here in this area, and in constituency systems, we identify the system in terms of the major organization group that they serve. In the TPS, MIS, DES, DSS, and ESS, actually each of these systems serve different level of management of organization. As if you remember, last week we talked about different level of management in an organization: operational managers, middle manager, and senior managers. So these kind of systems serve the different level of management. Later on, we'll discuss more about this system, and we go to details about these kind of systems. First, let's have a look at functional systems. For example, sales and marketing system. Sales and marketing systems help the firms with marketing business processes, identify customers for the firm's product or services, developing product and services to meet their needs, promoting product and services, also help the firm with sales processes, selling the products and services, taking orders, contacting customers, providing customer support. These are different activity, different single or individual business process that we have in our sale and marketing system. We also have manufacturing and uh, production information systems, which deal with the planning, development, and production of products and services and controlling the flow of production. You can find and realize all listing from the name manufacturing and production information system. It's all about the producing a product or a service. The other system in this area is a human resource information system, which maintain employee records, track employee skill, job performance and training, and support planning for employee compensation and career development. All about the employee, hiring employee, training them, and firing, anything related to employee records uh, are under human resource information system. Uh, the other system is finance and accounting information system. I try to explain this system for you based on an example, an account receivable system. For example, uh, we have an account receivable system. Actually, finance and accounting information system keep track of firms' financial asset and fund flows. So in an account receivable system, first of all, we have invoice and customer data. We have some master files that keep the customers' information, their name, addresses, credit cards, their previous activities, everything. And the account receivable system uh, prepare management report and also online queries. You can get some queries like this table shows some activities of this individual system. So finance and accounting information system is also another functional system. An account receivable system tracks and stores important customer data such as payment history, credit rating, and billing history. This is an example of the finance and accounting information system. The other system we talked about is the employee record keeping system. It's an example of a human resource system. Actually, this system keep track of employee information, different information about the employees kept here. We can have some kind of reports, and you can see here, for example, this one is report of termination report. We have date, name, these guys terminated, their employee ID, and the reason of termination. For example, one of them position eliminated, one of them is retired, and Mr. Ellen Quimby left the company, something like this. It's a report, it's a management report actually. This system also deals with the payroll and different kind of employees data. So it's an example of human resource human systems. So we discussed about some uh, functional systems. After functional system, we need to uh, consider constituency system. As I said, these systems, uh, TPS, MIS, DSS, ESS, all identify by the part of organization, the major part of organization or groups they have served. These systems going to serve the different uh, level of managers, operational managers, middle level managers, or mm, senior level managers. So I'm going to talk more about these four systems: TPS, MIS, DSS, and ESS. So TPS is a system which helps the operational managers and keep track of elementary activities and transactions of the organization, such as sales, receipt, cash deposit, payroll, and the flow of material in a factory. TPS TPS provide this kind of information for the operational manager. As you can see here in this slide, basic business systems, basic business processes that serve the operational level of the organization by recording the daily routine transaction. Daily activities record here in TPS. Required to conduct business such as payroll and sales receipts. Actually, in this level, um, in this daily routine transaction, uh, tasks are predefined and are well structured. Everything is defined in advance, and just manager just need to follow this structured system. TPS is also the major producer of information for the other systems, for the MIS and DSS system. Okay, so this one is about TPS. TPS serves the operational managers. TPS deal with daily routine transaction, and you have some of the examples here in this slide. And we have an example of TPS system here. It's a payroll TPS. It's a payroll system. We have employee data here, and we have the employee files database, and payroll system provides some management report, some online queries, or some reports for government agency, and dealing with employee paycheck. So a TPS for payroll processing capture employee payment transaction data such as a time card. System output include online and hard copy reports for management and employee paychecks. So payroll is an example of TPS. It's a daily routine transaction of a firm, an organization. The other system is management information system. Last week we talked about management information system. Please do not be confused. That one is the management information system in general. Talk about the managing the firm IT infrastructure and using for business processes and activities. This one is actually a specific category of information system serving middle level manager. So MIS is a system to serve the middle level managers. Actually, MIS provide them with the report on current organization performance. This kind of report can be used to monitor the business and predict future performance. So it's kind of information in this MIS that we can use for some kind of decision making. Report on company's basic operation using data which supplied by TPS. So MIS use the information and data that TPS supplied to him. So MIS serves managers primarily interested in weekly, monthly, or even yearly results. So MIS gives some weekly, some monthly, and or some yearly actually results or report. Actually, MIS you typically provide answer to the routine questions. It's the questions that MIS can answer are not complex or complicated. It provide answer to routine questions. For example, MIS systems can compare the total annual sales with the plan target. We have, for example, at the beginning of our financial year, we have a target, we have a planned target of sale. MIS can analyze the data, can have some comparison between total sales and the planned target, something like this. Actually, as you can see here also, MIS serve middle managers interest by providing current and historical performance information to aid in planning, controlling, and decision making at the management level, actually at the middle management level. MIS typically compresses TPS data to present regular report on the company's basic operation. I think next slide we have example of management information system, MIS, which is one of the constituency actually the system we have a look at the constituency point of view. In this example, we have 3 TPS, which are order processing system, material resource planning system, and general ledger system in order to order file, production master file, and accounting file. So 3 TPS supply summarized transaction data to MIS reporting system at the end of the time period. Okay, this one is MIS files here, sales data, unit product, cost data, product change data, and expense data. Managers gain access to the organizational data through the MIS, which provide them with the appropriate report. So an MIS system use the TPS, and based on its tools, try to provide managers, middle-level managers, with some reports. Some reports, actually, as I said, this report is on the basic operations, actually on companies' basic operations. And this is an example of MIS. The other system is DSS. DSS, in contrast with the MIS, DSS support more non-routine activities, non-routine decision making in more complicated situations. Actually, mm, DSS is going to answer some more complicated question and solve the uh, non-routine problem in a actually complex situation. Actually, DSS help managers with, as you can see here, with non-routine decisions that are unique, rapidly changing, and not easily specified in advance. If you remember, on TPS, we said uh, the tasks are predefined and well structured. In MIS, we may have some kind of predefinition of some tasks, but in DSS, as you can see here, it can actually uh, be a solution to some rapidly changing. It's more flexible, DSS is more flexible and more dynamic in comparison with the MIS or TPS. As I said, DSS serve the middle level managers. Also need to be considered that DSS may not be fully there is some task that is predefined, but like TPS, it's not fully predefined in advance. So DSS are more analytical than MIS, using a variety of models to analyze internal and external data or condense large amount of data for analysis. So internal DSS use the internal information provided by TPS and MIS, and also use external information such as current stock price or competitor product price, some information like this. DSS try to use both internal and external information and use some analytical tools, uh, some kind of business intelligence tools involved here in order to answer some more complex questions. Actually, DSS uh, try to do questions like this. What would be the impact on production schedules if we were to double sales in the month of December? Something like this. It's this kind of question needs some analyst, needs some tools to analyze this data, or maybe going to answer a question like this. What would happen to our return on investment if a factory schedule were delayed for 6 months? These are some actually non-routine decisions that MIS going to answer by using some analytical tools, data mining, or business intelligence. Actually, DS, as you can see here in the slide, use variety of models to analyze the data. The other system is Executive Support System, or ESS. Executive Support System serves the senior managers. Actually, senior managers need a system in order to help them to for some strategic decision. Actually, if the role of senior managers in an organization is to getting involved in some strategic decisions in an organization or in a firm. So this ES system can help such managers, senior managers, in these things. Actually, ESS focus on the challenging issue that they are not predefined and there isn't any solution for them, and there is no agreement on a solution for this problem or for such a situation in an organization. So this kind of system, by using the information that's getting from MIS or from DSS, try to uh, face this kind of problems and make some um, strategic decision in order to enhance the overall performance of the organization. As you can see here in the slide, uh, this executive support system, also called executive information system, helps senior manager address strategic issues and identify long-term trends in the firm and its environment. So, as I said, senior managers always involved with the long-term decisions, with the strategic decision. When we say strategic decision, we mean the long-term decision that managers, senior managers, going to make in order to enhance their organization performance. So senior managers, actually ESS helps senior managers on non-routine decision requiring maybe require judgment, evaluation, and insight because there is no agreed on procedure for uh, arriving at a solution. Also here you can see ESS address non-routine decision requiring judgment, evaluation, and insight because there is no agreed on procedure for arriving at a solution. ESS presents graphs and data from many internal and external sources through an interface that is easy for senior manager to use. So, ESS mostly use business intelligence analytics for analyzing trends and also forecasting the future performance of the organization. So ESS mostly usually present in the form of a digital dashboard, which display on a single screen graph, as you can see here, a single graph or a chart, um, or uh, some visual things that actually show the key performance indicators of an organization. Uh, for managing the company, actually senior managers need some, they may not need to know about the details. They may need some graphs, some charts to show the overall performance of organization, to show the critical point, or to show the key indicators of the overall performance of the organization. This kind of uh, systems, this kind of visual things usually presented in a digital dashboard that help the senior manager. Digital dashboard actually are becoming an increasingly popular tool for management decision maker. Actually, these things is going to be more and more popular for the managers. So this was all about the ESS, uh, which is a system to serve the senior managers. Here there is this system pulls data from diverse internal and external sources. If you remember, I said ESS use internal and external sources and make them available to executive in easy to use form. Internal data such as the data that get from TPS, MIS, financial data, official system, modeling, different things, and external data may may the stock price, Dow Jones, internet news feeds, standards, and for something from outside of the company that affect the overall performance of the uh, organization. So ES can have the different workstation. Manager can uh, get to the system from the remote area. Uh, Manager may can access to the ES system by their hands phone, their laptops. Whenever they are, they can get access to the ES. They can see their trends, graphs, and use this system uh, for getting the strategic decisions and long-term decision. So here in this slide, you see the interrelationship among systems. We talk about the system from the constitutive perspective. We discussed about TPS, MIS, DSS, and ESS. TPS stands for Transaction Processing System, MIS, Management Information System, DSS, Decision Support System, ESS, Executive Support System. Actually, the various types of system in the organization have interdependencies. TPS are major producer of information that is required by many other systems in the firm. As you can see here, TPS providing information to MIS and also to DES. These different types of systems are loosely coupled in most business firms, but increasingly firms are using new technology to integrate information that reside in many different systems. So an MIS provides information to the DSS, and ESS gets its information, internal information actually from the MIS and DES, and we talked about the external information. So the interrelationship among these systems is illustrated here in this graph. Okay. The other things is uh, enterprise applications. Actually, uh, by reviewing all the different types of system we have just described, different system from the functional perspective and also the system from the constituency perspective, you may wonder how a business can manage all the information in these different systems. You also may wonder how costly might be these various systems, or how they can share information, or even how managers and employers are able to coordinate and cooperate through these kind of different individual systems. In fact, uh, these are all important questions for businesses today. You know, businesses uh, need to uh, actually businesses need all of these systems. As you as we discussed together, all actually kind of system that span functional areas, focus on executing business processes across the business firms, and include all level of management. So enterprise application integrate the different system together in different level of management, so can solve uh, many problems in an organization. They can solve the sharing problems, costing, everything going to be done and to be interrelated in an organization, actually in an enterprise application. Enterprise application also focus on efficient management resources and customer services. So enterprise application, through integrating the different system, try to efficiently manage the resources and customer services. As you see here in this slide, and there are four major enterprise applications. One of them is enterprise systems, the other one is supply chain management system, customer relationship management system, and knowledge management system. This system, some of actually uh, from the next week onward, in 2 or 3 weeks, we will discuss all these kind of enterprise application, bring the cases, and talk about these enterprise application in detail. Week 3, 4, and 5, 3 weeks, we just talk about these different kind of systems, and also we are supposed to talk about the infrastructure, which is database and networking. So, as you all may know, enterprise system actually, or we can say enterprise resource planning, or ERP, and these systems integrate the different business processes. We have uh, actually sales and marketing, financial and accounting, we had human resource. This kind of different system all integrated in an enterprise system or an ERP system in order to share the information among this system. The other one, supply chain management system, actually help uh, the organization to manage their relationship with its customer, supplier, and customer relationship management system uh, help the organization to have a better relationship with their customers. And knowledge management system, we will have 1 week on knowledge management system. Knowledge management system, actually these days in the business economy, firms that have better actually using, actually creating, producing, and using knowledge better than the other will be outperform their competitors. Actually, better knowledge, better managing the knowledge help the organization to perform better. So we're going to talk a little about e-business, e-commerce, and e-government. Actually, we have tonight, as you see, we have just definition of the different things we may face in the MIS, in information system management. You need to know all these things. You need to at least have a definition of all these things. In the next slide, in this graph, you can see the enterprise application architecture. Enterprise application automate processes that span multiple business function and organization level and may extend outside the organization. Outside the organization, we talk about supply chain management that help the organization to have a better relationship with their supplier, customer relationship management system, help the organization to have a better relationship with their customer. We have knowledge management systems here. We have enterprise system here, and different kind of processes between these systems. And also at the bottom side, you can see sales and marketing, manufacturing and production, finance and accounting, human resources. These are all functional area. We talked about them. We bring some example of these kind of system. These are functional systems. And here we have enterprise systems such as ERP, supply chain management, knowledge management, and CRM or customer relationship management systems. And also we have outsiders like supplier and customer, all involved in this enterprise application architecture. So some definition for e-business and e-commerce. As you know, they have 2 weeks. We'll have 2 weeks on e-commerce and discuss about different challenges and issues on e-commerce. But for now, we just have some definitions. Electronic business or e-business refer to the use of digital technology and the internet to execute the major business processes in the enterprise. E-business includes activities for internal management of the firm, for coordination with supplier and other business partners. It also includes electronic commerce or e-commerce. E-commerce is the part of e-business that deals with the buying and selling of goods and services over the internet. It encompasses activities supporting those market transactions such as advertising, marketing, customer support, security, delivery, and payment. The other definition is e-government. E-government refers to the application of the internet and networking technology to digitally enable government and public sector agencies, relationship with citizens, businesses, and other arms of government. In addition to improving delivery of government services, e-government can make government operation more efficient and also empower citizens by giving them easier access to information. So e-government is all about the providing the environment which help the government and citizens to have a more intimate relationship in order to do their things through internet and digitally done the things. It will bring so many different kind of advantages to their society, to their actually country, their environment. For example, in Iran, we call it police علاوه 10, for example, police 10 plus, and they do some not fully utilized, but they do some processes through internet, some kind of application, some kind of registration for some activities which is related, which is a relationship between citizen and government. You can try go to these offices and some things going online and doing through the internet. But in the developed countries, in advanced countries, citizens they may have their ID and their national identification They have their national identification are smart. They have some codes, some tags by their personal computer. They can uh, access to the government services, government websites, agencies, and do their things, anything related to the government. They may need to pay something, can do it online, everything going to be done online. This kind of relationship, we call it e-government. Uh, so these are some things, some definition about the different kind of information system. Actually, IS systems. We talk about the system from the functional perspective and also from the constitutive perspective. Uh, we had different kind of system. We talk about enterprise application, which is a solution to the integrate the different systems together in order to manage the data and information better as best as possible in order to disseminate the information and help the manager, different level of manager to manage their business processes and enhance their overall performance and help their organization on their strategic decision or on the long-term decision in order to fulfill their goals. In chapter 3, we're going to uh, consider information system, organization, and strategy. Uh, let's have 5-minute breaks and you get fresh up. And after 5 minutes, we'll continue with chapter 3. Okay, just 5-minute break. Okay, let me continue with chapter 3, which is about information system organization and strategy. Uh, Guys, please, to have a better voice, please turn off your video. I think some of you using sharing your video, please off your video in order to have better voice. Okay, thank you. So, actually, our focus for uh, this week's lecture was mostly on chapter 2 about the different systems. Coming weeks also we discuss and go through these systems and explain more detail about them. But chapter 3 also important, and there is something you need to know and pay attention to. There is some objectives in this chapter. Identify and describe important features of organization that managers need to know about in order to build and use information systems successfully. Evaluate the impact of information system on organizations. Demonstrate how Porter's competitive forces model help businesses use information system for competitive advantage. The other, actually, these are some objectives, but first of all, we need to have a definition of the organization. What is an organization? What we call an organization? Actually, organization is a stable, formal social structure that takes resources from the environment and processes them to produce output. So there is a group, a structured group, there is a stable group, and they have formal social structure, and they use some kind of resources in the environment in order to do some processes on these resources in order to produce some output. This is a definition for an organization. This technical definition focuses on three elements of an organization. Capital and labor are the primary production factors provided by the environment. Capital and labor. Actually, the organization transforms these inputs into product and services, and the product and services are consumed by environment in return. It's like a life cycle. So the new technologies, IT and new technologies help the organization to rearrange their business processes, to rearrange their employees, their production line, their flow of product in their factory or in their firm or organization, in their actually production plan. All these things need to be considered when we talk about an organization. Actually, an organization have some features, some specific features such as routines and business processes, organizational policies, cultures, environments, structure, and other organizational features. features. They may have some other features, but the most important thing is policies, culture, environment, and business processes. These are features for an organization. So, they has definition for an organization. There is a two-way relationship between organization and information technology. Actually, uh, this relationship we have organization. Organization need IT and information technology, and we need to relate this thing in these two things together. So, in order to relate these two things, uh, we need actually some factors affect this relationship, some mediating factors, as we mentioned: environment, culture, structure, business policy, processes, policies, and management decisions. These are some mediating factors between this two-way relationship between organization and information technology. This complex two-way relationship is mediated by many factors, not the least of which are the decision made or not made by managers. Other factors mediating the relationship, including, as you can see in this graph, including the organizational culture, structure, policies, business processes, and environment. So the other things, maybe economic situation of a company, a country, or global economy can affect the organization and the using of information technology, but the organization and their managers should be aware about the benefits of the IT and the using of IT in their organization. Uh, these days, uh, companies using the IT and IS in order to reorganize the whole organization structure, uh, everything, all the responsibilities, all the business processes, everything rearranged by using of IT and IS. It's in the hand of managers. Managers are the ones who decided what kind of system to be developed and to be established in their organization, and what kind of structure they need for their organization based on that mediating factor. For example, based on the environment they're working on, based on their culture, based on their actually kind of employee, everything. Managers, they need to rearrange, restructure everything by using of IT and IS based on the mediating factor. All the characteristic should be um, considered, should be accurately managed and put together in order to uh, managing the organization as best as possible. Actually, these days managers need to have some background knowledge about the IT and information system. They should be uh, actually they need to know something about the IT, how to use it, how to utilize the IT and information in their organization. They need to understand this two-way relationship between the organization and the IT, because we said we have different mediating factor, and we also have economic impact. Everything may affect the organization. We talk about labor, we talk about capital, different kind of costs, everything. Managers should be able to uh, consider and relate them based on the using of IT and information technology. Actually, uh, when we talk about the bigger companies, huge organizations or firms, these things is more and more important. Actually, for the big organizations, uh, the real-time, the on-time decisions is very important. When you have a big company, your decision need to be uh, made as fast as possible. So this kind of managers, the manager who have the knowledge they need, can help their organization. So organizational and behavioral impact also important. IT flatten organizations, post-industrial organization, understanding organizational resistance to change. This one also very important. Resistance to change is a challenging uh, issue in the organizational behavior. Employee, especially the employee who have worked with this organization for a long years, and they resist against any kind of changes in the organization. You know, they adopted with the old model. Um, they they do not want to change everything, and they do not want to learn new things, and they may resist to change in the organization, which is a very important and challenging issue in the managing of the huge organizations. The internet and organization. Implication for the design and understanding of information systems. So we said flattering organization. See, this one is a traditional hierarchical organization with many levels of management. Maybe in the developing country or in the developed country, they solve this problem. See, we have different level of managers in an organization, but information system can reduce the numbers of levels in the organization by providing managers with information to supervise larger number of workers and by giving lower level employee more decision making authority. There is two things here. First, IT and IS help the higher level managers to manage more lower level ones, and also can help and can uh, actually giving some authority to the lower level one to have some kind of decision making. Even these days in the organization, not only managers but also some employees also they are allowed to do some decision and to make some decision. So as you can see here, this traditional model, this many different level of management become some environment, come up to the some new environment like this. We call it flattering organizations. So IS and IT can help the senior manager to manage more people. So they may need they may no not know don't need some middle level one, so meet we can delete this middle level manager, because by using of different system we discussed about, the top manager can manage easily more people. So we need more people in a one level, but we do not need this hierarchical model with different level of management. So Porter's competitive forces model, we had some in Porter's competitive, actually Porter 5 forces, also known as the Porter 5 forces. Uh, In any industry, uh, for example, in banking industry, in IT, in any kind of industry you take as an example, there is some firms that are more famous and more successful than the others. For example, Toyota in manufacturing, or Google in internet services or search engine, Walmart in retailing, uh, Amazon in e-commerce and online selling, something. In any kind of industry, you have some firms, some organizations that are more stronger and more successful than the others party. So actually, mm, how these firms are more successful than the others? Maybe we we need to think about it. Maybe it's because of their using of IT. And if you go and pay more attention in this area and do some research about it, you can find that these firms using and utilizing IT and knowledge and control it by using of the advanced technology. IT, they provide uh, IT infrastructure, and they use it, and they take the advantages of actually use the advantages of this infrastructure. And um, Porter's five forces is one of the models that help this organization uh, to actually know the environment um, as best as possible. There is, for any kind of company or firm in an environment, in an industry, there is some traditional competitors. There is new market entrants. Day by day, uh, new companies come out in the market, substitute products and services. There is always some substitute products. There is customers and supplier. These are five actually components of Porter's competitive model. Here you can see the Porter's competitive force model in a graph. Here you can see the firm and its traditional competitors, and there is some other parties in this model: new market entrants, substitute products, supplier, and customers. In Porter's competitive forces model, the strategic position of the firm and its strategies are determined not only by competition with its traditional direct competitors, but also by four forces in the industry's environment: new market entrants, substitute products, customers, and suppliers. So this model totally talking about the uh, environment, about the environment that a firm's working on, its competitors, market, products, customer, supplier. So in the next slide, we have information system strategies for dealing with competitive forces. This strategy can be low-cost leadership, product differentiation, focus on market niche, and strengthen customer and supplier intimacy. So, low-cost leadership, product differentiation, focus on market niche, strengthen customer and supplier intimacy are the information system strategy for dealing with competitive forces. And I give you some example. For example, on low-cost leadership, we can consider Walmart as an example because of its smart shelves and it's the special way of managing this shelf and its supply chain management by using RFID tags. Uh, this actually uh, Walmart try to uh, be a leader in its market. Actually, it's the biggest retailer in the world by taking the low-cost leadership. They also may have the other strategy, but uh, the most important one for Walmart is low-cost leadership. Or, for example, for product differentiation, uh, we can have different examples. For example, Google uh, providing and introducing some new services day by day, something like Google Map, Google Scholar, Google Analyst, different kind of Googles uh, come to the market by developing the organization and having the product differentiation. Google is a leader in its market. For example, eBay by using of PayPal, Apple by using of iPad or iTunes for download the music, or Dell actually the system of product to order. uh, and also we can focus on market niche. Actually, we mean that focus on a specific part of market. We know that our organization is better than the others. For example, for this one, we can talk about Hotel Hilton, which is have a system that gather the uh, customers' information, and whenever they want to book a room, they uh, help the system help them to find it that this customer prefer what kind of rooms with what kind of facilities. And about the intimacy, actually the relationship between, as also last week talked about this one, the intimate relationship between supplier and firm, and also customer and firm, help them to uh, actually better relationship with supplier, help them to reduce the cost, so the profit increase, and better relationship with customer help to increase the profit, and some kind of uh, actually activities and intimacy help them to enhance their processes and develop their organization in the market. And also we can consider the internet impacts on competitive advantage. You can go and, since we are going running out of time, you can go and find something about internet impact on competitive advantage. Thank you. Actually, I like to share the class with you and actually let you ask question and may discuss in the class discussion. But we have just 1.5 hour, and we need to consider different things, different uh, lectures, and so our time is not too much. So in your presentation, you have two presentation. Uh, you have actually 4 weeks of our total 12 weeks is yours, and you can mm, talk about different issues in your cases and in your e-commerce business plans. So if you have some question for a few minutes, we can uh, you can talk and ask, and we can talk about it. If not, I hope you all enjoyed the uh, week 2 of class. If there is any question, uh, please do not hesitate. Okay, if there is no question, thank you all for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope the information I tried to share with you was useful. And please uh, be considered that you need to work hard from today onward on your case study, because you just have 3 weeks to submit your report, and week 6 and 7 you need to present it. So good luck. Please choose your group leader and try uh, to be in touch with me. Your friend asked about my email. Actually, last week I sent you all an outline file. It's about outline of class, and also my email is provided on that file. You can refer to the outline file. Mr. Ahmad Zabir asked about emailing you about the group. I told you at the beginning of the class, I show you the file, I assign you to group, assign the case to each group, and I said after the class, maybe tomorrow, I will email all of you the file. You can find it on that file. You are in which group and what is your case, and you need to be in touch with your group members. Choose your leader and ask your leader to be in touch with me. It's for the, I think, 10th time that I'm talking about the group. I'll send you an Excel file. I grouped you, I assigned you another a case to each group, and you need to work on this case, and each group will be given for the last time. I'll share the file here and show you. If you all can see here, I'll email you all this file. There is 6 group here, each group given a case study. There is some note here. Each group given 30 minutes to present. Report should be submitted on week 5. PowerPoint file with at least 30 slides should be prepared. Group 1, 2, 3 will present on week 6. Group 4, 5, 6 will present on week 7. Good luck. Okay, thank you again for your attention. If there is any problem, anything is not clear about the assignments, I think everything is clear. I provide the outline file emailed to all of you last week, and tomorrow I'll send you this file. You know which group are you, and you know about your case. There is no excuse for the assignment, and please be considered. You have 3 assignments, each 30 marks. Each assignment 30% of your marks. So all the assignments are important. I talk about the assignment several times. You just have 3 weeks for your first assignment. And there is no changing on group. I assigned you to the groups, and I will consider this one as a finalized one. You cannot change your group. I will mark you based on your group activity. I will monitor your group through connection with your leader and assign you. And the other thing is all of you, all of 5% in each group need to present. You have 30 minutes. You are 5%. Each of you may need talk about 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want, based on your group activities, and your leader can assign different part to you. All of you need to present on the presentation day. These are all about the uh, assignment. Mr. Ramin Majidzadeh.
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Majidzadeh.
thank you very much for an interesting lecture. Actually,
Okay,
what my
you're
question
welcome.
is, since I'm a new member of this group, I mean this team, this was my first lecture on MIS. I wanted to know basically which group I'll be working with, as well as secondly, how can I have the PPT slides? Is there a
You
system?
mean your name is not in the list?
Yes, yes, sir. Correct. My name is not included in this.
Okay, I'll check it. You know, the group 6 is 4%. I'll check it. If your name is not in the list, I will add you to the group 6. Okay, group 6. Because all the group are 5 members, and group 6 is 4 members. I'll put you in group 6. Okay?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you very much. And how can I have the
you're
PPT
welcome.
slides, sir?
You have what, sorry?
How can I have the PowerPoint slides, the PPT slides?
Actually, you can type your email for me here, and after each class, we'll send the files to all the students. You can type your email in the chat box for me. I can have your email, and you will get the files. No worry. And also, the academy will upload the files, the recording file of the class on YouTube, and you can have the link on Facebook also. You need to be in touch with your classmates and ask them to help you how you can be in touch with the academy and with the other students. There is the Facebook pages, there is a YouTube page, and all the classes will be uploaded on the YouTube by, I think, by tomorrow, or maybe the day after tomorrow. Okay? Okay, Mr. Ramin? Okay, anybody else? If you have question, Mr. Safi. Okay, Mr. Abdul Munir Safi.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your
You're
helpful
welcome.
lecture. I have the same question like my classmates. I couldn't find myself in any groups. I mean, I'm not in any groups. There wasn't my name.
You all register for this subject or not?
Yeah, I already registered.
The first name here is Mohammed Osman Safi. You
No,
are
my name is Abdel Munir Safi.
Masood Safi. Also, we have.
Yes, I saw there was another Safi, but
Okay,
there's someone
please.
else.
Can you please, any one of you, you cannot find your name in this list, email me and let
Okay.
me have your email and your name to check with the academy, and uh, then I can assign you in the group and let you know your group.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay?
I will email to you. Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Email
Mm,
me, I'll follow up your situation. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, so I'll email the file to you all. Please check your names and groups, and if there is any problem, you can email me, and I can check with the academy, Mr. Alizadeh, and let you know your group and your things you need to do. Okay, thank you again for your attention. Uh, I wish you good days ahead. Okay, good night. Have a good night.